Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 3 of the 2025 MVPs Open at Austin, presented by Flight Factory. We are at Harvey Penick Disc Golf Course today. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hotkeys.
Honk. We're both surprised there's not more scores under par. It's a pretty open course, but it is cut day. It's moving day. Maybe everyone's a little tense and having a little trouble, and it's not an easy course. It's just easier than Sprinkle Valley.
Yes, there is still OB everywhere. Those strokes can stack up quickly. We did have like kind of gusty wind today too. It wasn't just a sustained, predictable wind. It was like, oh.
I did hear that out there, yes.
Yeah, all of a sudden. We'll start out the front nine with hole 10, 310 feet downhill. Play shorter than that. It's an island. Important to know.
Yes.
You see a lot of forehands way out to the left side, letting them hyzer back and get some ground play to this little short squat basket. There is a drop zone. If you don't make it onto the island, it's about a
45?
Yeah, 45.
Through those trees? Is that where it was last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Silva going backhand, which is a great play. It actually feels way easier. You can throw much slower speed, but it's the smaller part of the green, which is why you see a lot of forehands.
And also, it used to be harder because this tree on the right side used to have lower hanging branches.
Oh, true.
But they trimmed them. Or maybe the storm took them.
Such a good observation. They must pay you more than me. You're good at this.
No, I just am forced to throw backhands a lot because of my sidearm injuries.
Oh, I gotcha. Silva had a great shot with her Proton Tempo. Where did Valerie end up?
She hasn't thrown yet.
Okay. Holyn, also a great shot. ESP Buzz, parking the hole.
She makes that look way too easy.
Rebecca.
Yeah, that right gap
here
is way bigger than it
You're
used
right.
to be.
Those were all branches. Scatter.
Making the spectators dance. She's trickling just barely over that OB line in the corner. Here she is at the drop zone.
I like a makeable framed up drop zone putt.
Same. And the OB's not close behind it. Like, look, Rebecca's running it hard.
Yeah, she is. Nice little flag catch. So Valerie did throw, and it was really good.
It was so good.
So good with her ESP Buzz.
This had a 25% birdie rate.
Nice.
Middle of the pack, 13 birdies out of 52 competitors.
Silva converting hers, going birdie birdie.
So strange to play this hole in calm conditions. I feel like you step up to this tee pad and you're like, oh man.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Lots of,
Yeah, exactly.
Triple shift. Don't see that one very often. It's an advanced maneuver.
Yeah, and the lead card really battling back and forth.
Hole 11, a par 5, 910 feet. I really like this hole. It's challenging but gettable by anyone in the field. You just got to keep it in bounds. You see a lot of women kind of pushing that right side OB and then landing in the center. Second shot, you're usually trying to be left of where we're going. Third shot, you can throw all the way over this golf green to get really aggressive. And that's what you're going to see in the ideal play, and then have a birdie putt at this elevated pin. Of course, things don't always go as smoothly as a flyover description.
Especially on this tee shot.
And I don't know about when you guys came through, I played early, and it was, whoa, this is really pulled.
It also
the grass
hit a
was
branch.
Really skippy, extra skippy.
The grass was
really
skippy.
wet.
It was a right to left crosswind.
Yes.
The slope of the fairway is downhill right to left. It is literally just the worst case scenario for a backhand distance shot, which is what we have to throw. Valerie checks up inches from that OB line, and that is...
And it looked so safe the whole time.
It sure did. It was a bummer how gusty it was because you couldn't quite tell. I think being able to throw a forehand here is such a flex. I think it takes a lot of stress off of this shot today.
And that was a huge forehand.
The wind looking more like a headwind right now as the lead card comes through. It was definitely a right to left cross when my card played.
Same for me. Rebecca really trusting that disc over out of bounds the whole time means she's center cut. That was well done.
Although this fairway and hole 8's fairway both are notoriously swirling winds. Something about the undulations of the hills.
Something about those undulations. Silva taking a little off, which is smart because if you are a little short off the tee, the fairway pinches and can make the narrowest part the landing zone.
Holyn coming in hot right at that trap, but skirts it.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was great, but very dramatic.
She is right on the OB line. Valerie doesn't like it out of her hand, but it seems fine.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see why she's not thrilled, but it is fine. You do want to be a little farther or a little straighter.
Not how she drew it up, but is Rebecca going?
It does look like she's going.
She's going.
She's going. She's not going.
She's not going, but
her body language said she was. And that's still a great shot.
She just looks like she has so much control over her disc right now. It's fun to watch.
Silva going standstill.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little too much height in this wind, exposing the bottom side of the disc to that right to left crosswind and finding out of bounds again.
This played as the third most difficult hole of the day, to no surprise, in my opinion. I think the conditions were just a little brutal.
This one always tricks me into thinking, like, oh yeah, I'll always have a birdie look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. But that second shot is hard.
It is. The first shot's hard.
This third shot is even harder than you give it credit for, honestly.
Valerie parking that third shot and all of the previous hard shots.
There was a lot of, you can see it happening here. I was going to say there's a lot of elevatoring happening. Discs are just getting lifted so much. Silva is pretty fortunate to have checked up right there, just in bounds.
Rebecca, for sure going for it this time. Little one step. Wants to put that out a little bit wider.
I think
she's at circle's edge.
It might be needless to say, but this hole was the largest OB rate hole on the course. 47 out of bounds strokes out of 52 competitors.
My.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Also, our whole job is needless to say. Holyn's third.
That's true.
At the bullseye's edge. 47 out of 52. Oh my. Silva throwing 7 outside the circle. Comes up short.
It's a bummer to take a triple out here at Harvey, Penick. You're like, I thought I left these behind at
Sprinkle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it does feel a lot more avoidable out here.
Uh-oh.
I like the camera smile. Big comebacker here for par for Rebecca. She cans it.
That is a professional putt.
And Rebecca not rattled for long. Holyn for her birdie.
Honestly, the mentality we've seen on the lead card the last couple of days is frightening. Everyone is so laser focused. Everyone bounces back so quickly.
Yeah, mental game is strong out here early in the year. Everybody
I don't want to mess with these people.
No, I'll just watch them from this side of the screen. Thank you.
There were 9 birdies on hole 11. Not as many as we would expect, but it is a hard hole.
And Valerie and Holyn going to be under par with those birdies. They played that hole so well. So did Rebecca, just not quite there on the putt.
And here is what I would think would be the easiest hole of the day. Hole 12, 310 feet. There used to be a double Mando off the tee that was just terrifyingly narrow, but one of the trees fell down. There's an out of bounds line all the way down the right hand side. It's a much more gettable birdie. Obviously, it's pretty much wide open, 310 feet. It can be a tricky wind. Today it was left to right that you couldn't feel at the tee pad, but you can definitely feel on the green. So it can kind of attack your disc in the middle of the flight.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
I was wrong, though. This played as the third easiest hole of the day.
Dang. So we've yet to see the easiest. Interesting.
We both lost the game.
Holyn.
Uh-oh.
I like this play, though. I don't think hers is going to come back. Come on.
Oh, my God.
All right. That's a good disc. Keep it in the bag. It looks like a Z-Swirl Nebula from Holyn. I like the right side flags myself. This looks like that Fusion Sergeant from Rebecca. Just outside the circle.
What's the, I bet if she threw the evader, it'd be in.
She's almost as good with that Sergeant, but I agree with you. She should always throw that evader.
Silva, again, early release, and we've seen this a couple times ever since that disc turned over on hole 11.
That's the most frustrating mistake to me, when you just get multiple early releases and can't seem to hang on to the disc. I don't think there's anything more frustrating in disc golf anyway.
Yeah. Valerie kind of coming in hot on that approach.
Silva an inch short on her birdie bid.
38% of the field with birdies on hole 12.
Nice. That's great. Wow.
This one averaging under par.
Yeah, they probably hated that they lost that tree. It's too easy now. Look, get ready for a change next year.
I know. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
See
Yay.
Holyn can get a turkey here.
Yes, she can.
Oh, my. Laser beam. She can't miss.
Her putting is just... it looks so easy.
Rebecca missing the comebacker. Just a little too nose down for Rebecca on that one.
Rebecca, maybe feeling some nerves here today. She's not worried about making the cut, obviously, but she's in the hunt right now. And she, you know, she's won a bunch of bigger A-tier events, but it's different coming down the stretch.
Yeah, chasing your big first Pro Tour victory.
Yeah, trying to do a lot on moving day.
Gosh, Holyn's putting.
Holyn looks like she's won before.
Yeah, a few times.
Just a few.
And Holyn moving to 2 down and a share for the lead. Hole 13, a par 3, 315 feet. This would have been a good guess for easiest hole, actually. Cross the canyon with a hyzer, just skip into the circle, take a birdie. Should be that easy. I think it's easy to maybe push a little too straight, not fade in enough. You do occasionally see some ladies short it with too steep of a hyzer angle, or even blast too far straight and find the green. But for the most part, this is a shot everyone should have. You would think.
Yeah.
You do have to like fade quite. This is classic. Oh, that's stable.
I don't know.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, this fight is the easiest hole. It's very sad. This one was hard for me. I don't know why. It's the one I can't figure out.
Yeah, I know. I always
But
end
everyone
up
else did.
just outside the edge of the circle for some reason. I thought Holyn was too, but let's see. Z Raptor, super stable. She knows her discs well. And a friendly roll.
More of a spiking angle.
Are you hungry? That disc looks like a pizza.
No. Yeah, I always find myself on the green.
The golf green?
Yep. I live there.
Valerie just squeaking into the circle with her ESP Onyx. I like this one. Nice shot from Silva.
Half of the field birdieing this hole, averaging at a half a stroke under par.
And that, you see that often, Rebecca getting a pretty friendly kick back into the fairway, not towards the canyon.
And here they are on the long walk.
I like that we saw a second of the long walk. It's quite long. Nice bridge.
Yeah, really nice bridge.
Great infrastructure.
And Rebecca starting to look a little less savage on the putting green. Man, this is probably the fourth putt we've seen Valerie cage. That gets really frustrating. Silva making her first putt in a little bit.
Yeah, confident one. Rebecca, at a tester distance, she just missed one about the same distance.
Wonder
when she gets a little nervous, sometimes that, well, she appears nervous anyway. Her nose down putt kind of comes back.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if the competitors are feeling a little mushy right now.
Mushy.
Yeah, 2 events back to back. We're still at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Everyone trying to get back into the swing of things. We both, 3 rounds at the Beast, which is tough. 2 really hard rounds at Sprinkle with bad conditions.
And a quick turnaround, too.
Yeah. 3 days to practice 2 courses and then immediately into a 4-day event. Like,
you took some 12s probably also.
Yeah. Your first 12 you've taken your whole career, maybe.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Holyn taking the lead with 4 in a row. See any good birds? I saw some sort of hawk today on 17.
There were red-shouldered hawks out there today. I heard them calling.
You gotta...
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Love that. It's a little too early for migration, so nothing super cool.
Yeah.
Well, here's hole 14. You guys can see it. I'm just kidding. It's OB lines all the way down the right and left-hand side. I like a backhand on the right gap, but you can go big forehand as well. You do not want to be early left. That is the worst case scenario. As long as you can be on the right side of the fairway on your tee shot, the second shot is fairly simple. The basket's perched on a little hill, but there's no OB around it, so you can come in hot. You can play super aggressive. We love that.
Love this play, as Madison described, the right side hyzer gap. You can often find trees like Holyn did, but you're generally pretty happy that you just made the gap, because this can happen very easily. And find the OB just like that.
Goodness.
This is one I feel like when we first saw this hole used to play really difficult, but now feels like middle of the pack-ish. Feels fine.
Yeah, it is middle of the pack right now. It also feels easier after playing Sprinkle Valley, I'm telling you.
It's true.
No, it's actually a tie for the 5th, but yeah.
I believe you. Valerie with a perfect tee shot there and finds a good landing zone she'll be able to attack. Rebecca, nearly perfect, still great.
This is what makes it difficult, is catching a tree early, especially with that added OB stroke.
And so difficult to, get out and save par. Now going to be difficult to even save bogey. Rebecca lined up to this left side, needs to throw a big spike hyzer, get a little ground play. A little too low, but still a good shot.
The screen can add strokes as well. It's one of those back and forth style greens.
Yeah.
You can find yourself multiple putting. Silva not able to attack as much as Rebecca was and just kind of has to chip something out.
Looking at a double bogey. Holyn lined up for a straight shot here. And that's looking great. Wow.
Her approaches. Everything about her game is looking so good.
Yeah, I'm ready to pull a little golden sombrero out.
Yeah.
Have we seen one this year?
We haven't.
Wow.
I mean, we've started with some hard courses.
You ain't lying.
And Waco, even though it's slightly on the shorter side, is not one that's easy to string birdies together.
Mm-hmm. Silva gonna be taking a double.
Imagine a golden sombrero at Sprinkle. I think it's impossible.
Rebecca with a nice committed run, and this is why this green can be an absolute nightmare.
That's making me real mad right now.
Yeah, Rebecca with a longer putt than what she just had, now for par. And that one sits. Valerie flashing the basket on her approach shot. Whoa, did you see that lift? Straight headwind uphill.
The flag was fully extended, which means I think it has to be, that means it's 20-mile-per-hour winds, and it was just bad timing.
That is the statistic you've always thrown out without citing your sources.
I'll include the source in the comments.
Please.
Don't look super hard for it.
It's a really believable and probable statistic, so I'm on board.
Yeah, our specialty.
Holyn. 5 in a row.
Wow. So we now have a red-shouldered hawk with a cute little golden sombrero on its head.
And if she gets 6, we're putting cowboy boots on that thing.
Yes, we are.
Golden spurs.
Yeah, we make the rules.
Mm-hmm.
13 birdies on hole 14. Really nice one from Holyn Handley.
Yeah, that approach shot was absolutely clutch, and she's 4 down now, really pulling away here.
Deanne Carey still holding on to the hot round at 5 down in the clubhouse.
Love that. Hole 15 is a par 3, 345 feet. Not too difficult if the wind is down, but it was a raging right to left crosswind, making it so hard to get the disc to turn out of your hand without just burning into the ground and maybe rolling out of bounds. Who knows? There's an OB green to the right. There's OB little dirt path deep and left that you can find if you kind of put too much air under it and stall out. I love the sidearm if you have it, but not very many FPO have that distance.
Yeah, 345, that is a smash.
But in this wind, such a smart play. Holyn.
Oh my gosh. She is on one right now.
Get the boots ready. Get them ready.
This is a much more common play.
Wow.
Valerie Heiser flipping something in this wind. Love that. It doesn't quite have the distance to get up inside the circle, but what a beautiful shot shape.
So technical in that wind to get it to flip like that. Rebecca really pulling over on it. It's going to be okay.
Silva with some really great distance at the bottom of the hill. Honestly, love a putt from there.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca just looking to lay this up again on a hillside can lead to some very difficult and frustrating putting.
I think this is one of the scariest greens on the course. I think it's the scariest.
It's always windy plus the hill. I will agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, give it to her.
What a bounce back.
A little high left side. Silva was due for some a good break. Let's see it again.
Perfect little follow through. Chain grab. Yay. One of only 4 birdies on hole 15. Drano from circle 2.
Rebecca, great putt. It's strange to be on top of that hill because look at how much taller she is than the basket from there.
Here's Holyn.
For 6 in a row. Yeah.
She did it.
Red-shouldered hawk, golden sombrero, golden spurred cowboy boots.
Stylish.
Stylish.
Lethal.
If you're confused, this is just something that we do, and we hope that you get on board with it.
Just go along with it. God, I wish I could just do a perfect hawk call right now.
If we could just include that in post right here.
There was 4 birdies there. We got to see 2 of them on our lead card. Lisa Fakis from circle 2 and Sophia Dunica from circle 1.
Holyn now tied for the hot round. Deanne Carey in the clubhouse with that 5 down.
Hole 16, 310 feet, but a very technical backhand with a tailwind today. There's OB literally everywhere. All the way down the left side does come into play if you cut roll something or don't quite get enough turn on your disc. All of these little bunkers dotted everywhere are hazard. Forehand is the play here.
Yeah, especially in the wind. Nice spiky angle from Holyn.
Jeez.
Dude, I don't even... When's the last time we saw 7 in a row? I'm out of things to put on this hawk.
Yeah, we do a lot of rollerblades. I love the cowboy boot change. Maybe... Man,
that was so good.
Maybe a little lasso?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Texas theme.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Silva not quite getting the turn on this disc.
Yeah.
Tailwind really taking control. She's going to take it way back, not in putting range, unfortunately.
Yeah, the backhand I think is a little scary. Even without the wind. I don't know. It's so easy to just fade out or find those bunkers.
Ooh, and Valerie slides right up to the edge of the shortest bunker. She's in circle 2. We just watched her make a putt from that distance.
Hard to do much better on the backhand. Rebecca going forehand takes a crush to get up there. And she's going to find maybe edge of circle 2. But safe.
Wow, only 6 birdies on this one. That makes me feel so much better.
Yeah, it's just the hardest wind for it today.
Sure was. And it increased as the day went on.
Rebecca from distance. What do you think about maybe like a bedazzled, handled lasso?
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh,
no.
Valerie knew out of her hand. Impressive.
Yeah, she's very in tune with her game.
These bands are so small, and she just barely caught it. A really nice recovery, though, for par. Her round is so clean, and she's so close to a handful more birdies.
Yeah, she has been all day.
Silva, on the other hand, on the roller coaster. The mechanical bull.
Holyn. So many good things happening right now. Amazing.
Holyn, one of 6 birdies on hole 16. Paige Pierce, the only other one to park the hole.
Holyn now under par for the tournament. The only one to be there. Wow. Neat. Hole 17, a par 4, 500 feet. I like this hole. Mandatory on the right, OB line on the left. You see a lot of forehands that maybe don't have quite as much distance, playing a little safer to about here, and then trying to just chuck one through this. There's not one great gap. There's lots of little ones. I think the better play for birdie is to throw the backhand flex shot, but there's a lot more danger that comes along with that. If you can get far enough towards like where the MPO pin they played as a par 3 is, it can be a pretty simple upshot. But it's a pretty tight gap off the tee. The way the trees are placed make this backhand feel a little sketchy.
It looks like a turning shot, but I think it's more of like a force flex. The turning shot can get tangled up on those 2 left trees we see Holyn missing. I really like a powerful force flex. We see Valerie trying to get that disc over, but doesn't quite get enough on it.
Yeah, I don't like that shot for this reason. You see that happen so often. I mean, I like it when it works, but I don't like it for me. I can't get it to work.
Oh, Rebecca same problem.
Yeah, but she's going to catch a good break there.
Silva with a flippy disc, kind of dumping something over, but there's room over there. She is going to find the one fairway tree to miss on that side.
Rebecca working that left side. That's well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I don't think she's up to our circle. Actually, maybe she is.
I think she might be
in circle 2.
Valerie taking it just a little back in line with the basket, and she gets a grip lock there. The footing is so strange on these wooded fairways, just like Sprinkle Valley. The wood chipper was set to a little bit too high of a gauge. Bunch of sticks out there.
They just came out here with long poles and knocked the branches off the trees, actually.
Yeah.
Silva with a fantastic second shot. She's going to get her to about 15 feet looking at a birdie. Holyn, what do you think? Trying to just birdie out?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Pulls that one a little, but she's going to find the inside of the circle. 30-footer for birdie.
Yep, on the dance floor with a favorable wind. Oof, Rebecca running the elevated basket. Love that.
Holyn for 8 in a row. I'm not really sure what's left to do for the Hawk.
The Hawk now has the ability, instead of just calling,
I like this.
It can do a yeehaw.
Okay, great.
Like a really nice one.
Yeah, a yee-caw, you know?
God.
Holyn is doing something. Hold on, I'm going to take over. I got to look something up.
Okay. Silva with a really great birdie, really riding the roller coaster, as can happen on any course with the roped OB.
Okay. So, I don't think we have a perfect back 9 in the history of FPO.
Ooh.
So, at least since 2021, the best score has been an 8 down on the back 9. Maria Oliva, 2022, U.S. Women's round 2, and Kristen Lott, 2024, Texas round 2.
And Holyn's looking at
And
it
Holland's,
right now.
so that's like a pretty cool little storyline we have going on here. The perfect back.
But to do it on 18, this is a very difficult par 4. We do have a little bit of a shorter tee pad. OB all the way down the left and right side. This tee shot is crucial in setting the tone for the rest of the hole. It's got to be dead straight. You cannot filter over to this left side. It can be really tough to recover. The second shot can be whatever you want. Player's choice, backhand, forehand, you name it. You just got to get something close. If you end up right or short left, you can sometimes be dealing with these sticky trees and not be left with an ideal putt. It is for sure birdieable by everyone in the field, but it is not a gimme birdie by any means. And I believe we had a headwind on it today.
Yeah. Checking in with Kristen Lott, who's having a nice clean back 9 and that dead straight shot Madison was talking about. Perfect start to the hole.
Kristen opting for a forehand here on the approach, coming in high and hyzered.
Trusty Harp, though, gonna bite down inside the circle.
Wow.
Mhm.
It was trusty.
Yeah, far shot for a Harp, but Kristen makes easy work of that birdie.
Great finish for Kristen Lott.
Yeah, it looks like that's gonna put her in solo third for now.
All right, Holyn.
Yeah, Kristen finishing 4 down.
We're all rooting for you.
I think if she does this, that's gonna be so hard. If she does, though, I think the hawk shoots laser beams out of its eyes.
I think that's the obvious choice.
Great, I'm glad we agree. Silva pulling her tee shot a bit too far to the right, gonna drop in a pretty rough spot. Par is recoverable from there, but there's no way she can birdie. Oof. Rebecca really pulling that one and getting a mean kick to the left, though I believe she's in bounds. And a smooth shot from Valerie is fading into the left side and flirting. Finding OB.
And it comes up so fast. If you get past that big tree, the OB line pulls into the woods, but right before it, it's the closest it is in the whole fairway.
And that's why you saw, Rebecca pull so far to the right. And Silva.
What a shot from Rebecca.
Amazing.
Just narrowly missing 2 trees, one right out of her hand.
Okay, if anyone can get a look from here, it's Silva. It's pulled to the inside line, but it works out fine.
That's a look. All right, Holyn opting for the backhand here. I'm surprised a little.
We always are. It's what keeps it interesting.
Come on.
Do it.
Come on. No way.
Yeehaw! What an we've never seen this. This is history, folks.
She's not even putting. She's parked.
Yeah. Laser beams. Oh my gosh. What a great day.
Yee call. Valerie struggling a bit towards the end of this round. A bummer to see, but she is still in contention. It just was impossible to keep up with Holyn Handley today.
Yeah. I mean, she just turned on some kind of switch in the back 9. Never really seen anything like that. I mean, literally perfect.
Silva, so impressive to have a birdie look on this hole. It played as one of the more difficult holes of the day.
And some tough putting woes from Rebecca. Yeah, just a little off.
I mean, she still managed 6 pars on the back, even with the putting woes, putting herself in position. The real story here, though, is Holyn Handley, 9 for 9 on the back.
Wow. Honk to you, ma'am.
So crazy. And that's going to wrap up round 3, moving day. Holyn moved.
She did move more than anybody else moved. Kristen Lott tried to move. Katrina Allen tried to move. And they did, but not like Holyn.
Yeah. Holyn, the only player right now under par for the tournament.
Unreal. Valerie Mandujano going to keep her spot on lead card going into Championship Sunday.
Silva Saarinen and Rebecca Cox sliding back to chase card, but still in position.
look at all of that green in a row. I just can't get over it.
And look how not a lot of players shot under par, and Holyn just did 9 of them in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little bit surprised by the lack of birdies in the FPO field. Again, I think it's a case of just fatigue early in the season as we kind of try to get the ball rolling. But wow, we do have one more round at Harvey Penick. I'm very excited to watch. I think everyone's going to really fine tune their game after the 50% cut tomorrow.
Yeah, Holland's going to go 18 for 18. Calling it right now.
Yeah, a perfect round. Come hang with us for the final round of the Austin Open. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your 2 hot geese.
Honk.
And
oh yeah, please. We're so close
yes.
to 500,000 followers on YouTube. We have asked you so many times. Just go ahead and do it right now.
So we stop asking you.
Yeah.
Honk.
Please.
Sunshine, get up on my body, know it truly, I feel fine. Get up, watch your body, and I feel that sunshine. Get up on my body, know it truly.